Hi and welcome to Tbilisi. We have no idea what we're doing. These are my friends.
Hi, I'm Tatiana.
And I'm Lina.
I'm Adrian. And we're here to try some wines today. Why? Because Georgian wine isn't really very well known outside of Georgia, at least it wasn't to us. Tanya, what about you? When you came to Georgia, did you know anything about wine?
I knew some stereotypes from the Soviet times,
Okay.
and it was mostly about the sweet ones. And it was like the whole image of Georgian wine, because like, it was probably the only wine that was in the Soviet Union. But then it disappeared for quite some time. And when I came here first time, 2011, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think we should try some wine. We've been waiting.
Yeah. And that's when I discovered this. Like, it's really some Georgian wine here.
Yeah, really. Lina, did you have any ideas about wine?
A few, yes. I was born in Moldavia and we have kind of wine culture there, but it's really different from Georgian traditions. So the only thing they have here, so I was a bit prepared, I think, but the reality was much more interesting than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when I came, I had no idea about Georgian wine at all. Because in England there was really, you couldn't buy Georgian wine. There was maybe one or two people said to me about wine that I didn't actually know. So it was Georgians that introduced me to wine. So what we're going to do, just to explain, this is a non-typical format. We don't really care too much, but we're going to try and be somewhat professional, even though we're not. So we have 4 wines today. One European style white, one Qvevri style white, one European style red, and one Qvevri style red. So my wine comes first because I chose the first one, and we're going to go from lighter to darker. So this is called a Qvevri Red. Now you said to me, "Oh God, I don't like Qvevri." No?
It was just a bad day.
Oh,
No, I don't remember. You know, well, the funny and the most amazing thing that is happening when you're drinking Georgian wine is that you don't like it one day, and you may wake up and find it really interesting and worth it.
Yeah. I know what you mean. This is what when I hear people say about this wine doesn't travel well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's certainly an element of that. So, who wants to do the nose? You going to do the nose?
No.
No? Should I do the nose?
Yes.
Alright, so apples blossom, which is a kind of, what is Kisi, which, so what would I compare Kisi to? So I'm the token European here, so I suppose I would compare this to a Grauburgunder or Pinot Grigio, as you know, in Italy, or Pinot Gris in France. It's quite light, it's quite fruity on the nose.
Yeah, it's very fruity.
It's not overpowering, it's not acidy. And then on the palate, it's really quite floral. It's not.
Yes.
It's not as fruity as you think it is. It's more like somebody's taken some blossoms and shoving them in your mouth.
I like this variety. I mean, Kisi.
I love Kisi. That's why
one
I chose
of the most amazing varieties in Georgia. It's like quite rare, and not a lot of companies do Kisi. But like Kisi European style, Kisi Qvevri, sweet Kisi.
Sweet Kisi.
It's very weird, but
really?
I tried it. I first introduced to Kisi in Qvevri. It was like kind of heavy, very tanniny, very serious wine. But this is very light and fruity and like very nice for warm evening in summer.
Yeah, totally. Like now, today it was 19 degrees, so
Yeah.
it's February the 28th. It's 19 degrees. If you're not in Georgia, you need to come here. No, we're not getting
Cheers to
petrol.
that.
Well, I suppose we should say Sakavelos Gormajus. Yeah, exactly. Which is make Georgia be victorious. Well, this evening probably Georgian wine will be victorious. Lena, what are your thoughts then? I said that you maybe didn't like it, but
I have nothing to add. Yes, it's like okay dinner wine. Maybe okay brunch wine.
Do you know what? My problem with it is I don't think it's a whole lot better than Qvevri Standard European. Right, and this is a 35 lari bottle of wine, so that's about $12, $13, $14 ish. On vivino.com it's $16. Do I think it's worth $16? No. So I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought it would be better.
Well, that's the thing with the Qvevri wines. They're quite good, but not good enough for their price.
Well,
but like the
Why don't you pay for the beautiful bottle?
So this has got a black horse on it, so it is like the Ferrari of Georgian wine. and Qvevri, yeah, the bottle's very nice. Maybe we'll make a lamp out of this afterwards.
Yeah, it's very good for candles, you know, it's like very beautiful.
Okay, so don't throw the bottle away, Brad.
And the guy who founded this company in 2005 or something, he's like the most hospitable host. He owns the hotel in Qvevri, Qvevri, and it's like...
Oh, this is the guy that was
I've been there twice, yes.
Yeah.
And like, both times he treated me dinner with like, my friends and like wine for free, just because.
Okay.
Just because, yes.
So just to explain to the people that don't know where Châteaumer is, so Châteaumer is just in the hills to the west of Tel Aviv, which is the main city of Qvevri. It's about an hour and a half to the east of Tbilisi. It's where you would go if you're looking to go into Qvevri and check out the wines. Châteaumer is actually really nice.
Yeah, it is.
So don't say we don't like Qvevri because probably we won't get anything for free anymore. But maybe he can give us a better recommendation for something to try. Okay, so I think we need to drink this one up. We'll stop the video and then we'll come back with another wine in a second. Now, for people not into Georgian wine, this is an amazing colour. Obviously, it's an amber wine.
And it's not tea we have here.
Right? No, it's definitely not. It's
not iced tea for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this is a
wait.
Wait, should we not talk about the Qvevri for a second, Tanya?
Yeah.
Tell us about the Qvevri.
Wow.
Because we're talking about these terms that probably nobody understands.
Not Qvevri, but Qvevri.
Yes.
Qvevri.
Yeah.
Qvevri is like ancient, traditional Georgian way of winemaking. And according to the last archaeological findings, it dates like back around 6,000 years.
Georgians would say 8,000, wouldn't they?
I mean, it's disputable, like...
More than Armenia.
6,000 to 8,000, okay, well... Anyway, several civilizations didn't exist when Georgians already were making the wine.
Okay, but the Qvevri
And like Qvevri, it's kind of amphora. It's kind of
the clay
pot, round on the top and kind of goes
conical shape
to the bottom. And it is grounded in the soil.
Yeah.
And the grape juice goes there with all the seeds and skins.
And the stalks.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything.
Yes, everything.
Just chuck everything in. And it's lined with beeswax.
No. First, it's kind of, it's lined, they do the big blocks when they remove all the stuff. And it's got fermented for some time, and then the seeds and skins and everything goes away and becomes chacha, which is like heavy spirit.
Which is like grappa. Yeah, we will do a special cha-cha show.
Whatever, probably. Anyway, and then they do they cover it with a lid, covered with beeswax to kind of not let any air in, and it stays there for like next
6 months, isn't it?
No less, 3, 4.
Somebody won a prize the other day for wine and
I mean, they do like
there's
the first step is from like September, October till January,
okay.
and then from January to May. May is when the young wine.
And that's when the wine festival in Tbilisi is,
Yeah.
by the way. If you plan to come when it's the new wine festival.
It will be on the 13th of May this year.
Wow, you're just so in with the facts. Amazing. So don't
You
be,
know, good to know.
don't be away from
when you need
Tbilisi
to-
on the 13th of May. Okay, so this wine is absolutely stonking. It's incredible. It's not what I expected.
It's full and rich and.
But it's not It's not pungent. It's a lot of Qvevri wine. I find is often a bit like cider.
It's
This is really smooth.
earthy, but soft earthy.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm.
You know, like when you try homemade Qvevri wines, they're usually kind of very harsh. But now the young, or not very young winemakers who experiment with Qvevri, they grew to know like how to make it very kind of smooth Qvevri wines
Yeah.
with all the body.
Tzvani can be much harder.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Tzvani, it means
Green,
green in
yeah.
Georgian. Yes.
It's very light variety, and Manavi is like it's amazing village because like in May, it's all covered with blossoming acacia trees.
Really, wow.
So like the air is so sweet because of this blossom. So the grapes kind of absorb this. So every wine made in Manavi is kind of very
That's really special.
sweety.
I mean, I suppose that's what French people would talk about terroir, and they get all excited about the specific elements of where the grapes are grown
Exactly,
and the influences. I'd certainly say there's an environmental influence. Tasting notes, I mean, anyone got any flavours? What are you tasting?
Well, it definitely has some sweetness in it.
And flowers too.
Yeah.
It's flowers, it's kind of like honey as well. It's like a real kind of soft honey.
Yes, maybe.
If I thought of honey in a glass with some flowers and some essence, it's kind of that. It doesn't taste like a white wine. Well, it's not, you know, it's a Qvevri white wine. So
I think we have like, and we have the proper temperature here.
yeah,
It's very nice.
It can be a little bit warmer, just a little,
Yeah.
maybe.
yeah, Qvevri wines you can get away with being warmer,
because
definitely.
they love.
Well, they didn't have fridges 6,000 years ago, so I mean, I guess that
they have
designed to do that.
Marani.
Yeah.
You know, like they didn't need fridges.
Wow. Cheers. So,
Cheers.
so I think Tonini, I'm really impressed. And so this was 25 Larry, so that's approximately $10.
$10 now, yeah.
That's actually amazing value.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you can buy Qvevri wines for a lot more, 40, 50.
Or a lot cheaper.
Or a lot
if you are
cheaper.
saying like about
Yeah.
home wines.
Yeah, no.
Shall we rate it and?
Yeah, we forgot to
next
rate the last
score?
wine. We forgot to rate the last wine. I think we'll do the ratings at the end,
Yeah.
probably, because I was rubbish and forgot that. And anyway, we're not that professional. Yeah, so I mean, Manavi, Kaheti, Qvevri Red 2014. Really an excellent vintage, 1,300 bottles of it. And we're not paid for them to say that. But yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Really, really good wine. So
I tried their red Saperavi
Oh, really?
last year, and I was very impressed. And now I am more impressed because like it's. I was kind of like lately not into Qvevri white Qvevri wines,
Yeah.
but this one is excellent choice.
we can thank Lena because Lena's been on the Qvevri Whites, the queen of Qvevri
Can we
Whites.
say here, hardcore bitch thing?
Yeah. Guess what? You just changed the format. Give me 5. Amazing. So as we get more drunk, probably the language gets a bit more fruity as well. Right, we're going to recharge our glasses and be back with you in a second for another wine. Hi. So we're back, and as you can see, Smokey has joined us. She's a street cat, come our queen of wines. And we're moving on to the red wines. So we've got a Sakaravi. This is a Qvevri wine. Now the reason that we're doing this wine before the other wine is that the next wine is really quite heavy. So we try to go from lighter wines to heavier wines. So this was Tanya's choice. It's Wine Thieves, Tan.
Yeah, well, I tried this wine once works, and I was really impressed. And doing some research before our gathering, apparently it's a guy, one of the guys, I mean, or whatever, after Qvevri, which is like.
Look at you knowing the winemaker's name.
Yeah, well, you know, my favorite surname, Qvevri. They started this company a couple of years ago, and they grow some wine by themselves, but mostly they collect it from farmers. And it's all natural, all eco. No.
So are you saying this is wild grown vines?
No, farmer.
It's just different farmers?
Yes, but they like handpick the farmers, and they engage farmers into free of pesticides, free of fertilizers.
So it's not organic, but it's very natural?
Yeah, it's very natural. Like as natural as you can get in Georgia.
Wow.
And they kind of like to promote this original, traditional way of winemaking. And this label is kind of simple. They have couple of others that are kind of provocative with nude ladies on it.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yes, and they worked with some British illustrator to do these labels, and Georgians didn't like this.
No, I wish they would work with Georgian illustrators. If there's any winemakers out there that need Georgian illustrators, I know many. Lena, what are you thinking on this?
I didn't taste it yet. I wanted to breathe.
Oh, you're breathing. Okay, so I've already got stuck in.
What I've heard about them, we can call it like kind of a gang, wine gang.
Wine gang, I like this.
Yes.
Well, that's what fits in with the thieves.
All the youngsters, like 25, 30 something guys who are connected by wine, and they, I guess. Some of them come from wine
mafia?
Wine families. No. That's what I've heard.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, for me, I'm going to go straight into tasting notes. This is quite similar. It feels quite young. It's quite like a French wine in a lot of ways because it's not too heavy. It's not too meaty. The wine that's coming next, I already know what's coming, is very much like a New World wine. This is much lighter and fruitier. It's not as light as a German wine. I would say like a Burgundy, probably, if that means anything to you.
No.
No? Okay, well, that's
it's
my
very
taste
light
on it.
for the red Qvevri
And it's
wine.
not, and I was going to say,
Yes.
as a Qvevri wine, it's not very meaty. Like we're used to having a bit more body to the Qvevri wine.
I mean, for reds,
13%, and let's mention it comes from Qvevri grapes.
Yeah, Saperavi. So for anyone that doesn't know Georgian wine, Saperavi is approximately what, 80% of Georgian reds? Probably. It's definitely the predominant
again
type.
this legacy of Soviet times when they had only Saperavi for reds and Ricatatelli for whites and some semi-sweets.
But Saperavi is not Saperavi. I mean, you can have Saperavi that's...
Oh, it's very different. It depends on where it grows and what are the
this
weathers.
This is from Kisiskeli in...
Kisiskeli.
Oh, I'm sorry, my
It's
writing
a
is...
spring of Kisi.
Okay, in Kakheti.
Kakheti, yes.
So spring of Kisi, so that gives us a link to the first wine, does it not?
Yeah, it is. I mean, Kisi grows near Kisi for sure.
Do you know what they say here? It has been stolen.
Stolen from the Verana Papa's winery.
Wow.
So they actually say that the wine has been stolen. So if you buy this for 27 lari, which is $11, then you're actually purchasing stolen goods.
You're not.
No.
Don't worry.
You know, I mean, it's funny.
But the concept is nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's kind of, playful.
I mean, if I'm honest, if I saw this on the shelf, I wouldn't necessarily pick it up based on the label, and we do need to talk about that. Labels definitely sell wine bottles, even though you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover.
But you need to consider that, like, in every wine shop in Georgia, you can try wines.
True.
And that's how I discovered this wine.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of the reasons I wanted to make this program, is to make a wine like this accessible to somebody in Europe that maybe wouldn't have the luxury of being in Berlin or London or what have you, where they've got a bottle of this open. I wouldn't hesitate to actually buy this. I'd buy this blind.
Yeah, it's very
Take
nice.
our recommendation. It's that
It's
good.
very nice. It doesn't have like this
So it's not.
heaviness of Georgian wines that might.
Well, I'll tell you
have.
what's amazing. So a lot of people that I know don't like red wines that have got a lot of tannins in, and tannins occur when you've got wine in an oak barrel. I personally like a bit of tannin, but this hasn't got any tannins because it's a Qvevri wine, so it can't really get those tannins except from the grape skins.
Yeah.
And it's not matured enough for that to be. I would suggest this is probably a wine that's better drunk young than kept in your sort of storage.
Oh, yeah.
2015,
young,
yeah, so it's relatively young. And yeah, I'm getting cherries off the top of it, which is an obvious association
some
because you look
berries.
at the colour, cherries and berries. And I don't know what else. Vanilla. It's a little light vanilla note.
I don't know about vanilla, but I would love to drink this wine.
I could comfortably drink this wine all evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2-3 bottles of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a book.
Good, but well, usually we just sit around and talk, don't we?
Let's say we do read books.
Oh yeah, we do.
No,
When we
Okay.
drink wine here,
You know.
we do read
Yeah,
books.
yeah, okay. This is fine. So,
And we do like to switch wines during reading books.
well, yeah, exactly. So,
That's what we're doing.
exactly. So this is our third wine. The rating will come a little bit later. So anyway, Wine Thieves is probably one of the most pleasant light Saperavis that I've tried.
True.
It's nice and fruity, nice and light. It would go with pretty much everything that you could wish to put it with, be it cheeses, meats,
Just.
even fish. I would put this with fish because it's not. It's
Or
not
just by
overpowering.
itself. Why not?
Well, yeah.
You know,
Once it reaches.
after like
Yeah.
very hard day working,
Or maybe not working.
maybe not working.
Maybe not hard.
Perfect. Okay. We'll be back in a second once we've finished this, and we'll be on to the Mukazani. So join us in a minute. Here we are back again. Our technology messed up because we're already on to the fourth bottle of wine, and these things can happen. So we're on to a Mukazani, which was again Tanya's choice. I would have actually chosen this. So it's a red wine of the European variety of making. So this, I'm guessing, is made in steel barrels.
Yes.
And it might be oak aged, it might not. I don't know whether this one is. So we're already served up, and oi, it's quite a pungent and strong.
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot of vanilla off this, which is
Already?
normal. Yeah, for me it's always.
Yeah, vanilla.
This,
Yes.
this is always vanilla, but I'm not sure what the body note is. That's the head note. Really smooth.
Yeah, it's softer than I thought.
Yeah, Lena.
I'm always the last this evening.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's gonna be. You're gonna be like our Captain Slow. Perfect.
I smell something else.
Okay. And that is.
Let me think. No.
Oh, is it
Something-
blackberries?
Candy. Something.
Candies. Yes. It could be sweets, like some kind of
Uh-huh.
some kind of sweets. So vanilla sweets, blackberries. I'm getting on this one.
Yeah.
It's quite a heavy wine. It's not like if you start on this, you're going to be drunk quite quickly, I think.
I mean, Mokozani is very serious wine.
But funnily enough, 12.5%. So it's actually not as strong as the one that we.
Yes.
But
before.
you know, for me,
Alcohol is not the only thing.
Exactly.
It's not the only game in town.
Because
Right?
like knowing the varieties and like different wines in Georgia, it's like you know, like that Mokozani is very serious wine. It's like you don't go full evening of Mokozani.
No, I mean, I suppose I'll let my Mukazani knowledge come out a little bit here because I've got a friend that has a vineyard.
We need to try this wine.
His wine, yeah.
Yes.
Well, we need to get his one, the oak aged one. So Mukazani is a specific area in Kaheti that has a lot of sunshine, not very much rain, and so the vines really have to struggle to develop the fruit, and that makes the strength of what's in the grapes pretty pungent.
Yeah, maybe sweet without sugar.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got photos of my friend measuring the specific amount of sugar and stuff. They watch this quite carefully. All of the major winemakers in Georgia have a Mukazani. Hareba Mukazani was my first introduction to this, and theirs is actually very good. Theirs is actually next to my friend's vineyard. I find this a really lovely wine to go with red meats and cheeses. It's if you start on this, you know it's going to get messy. For me.
Well, depending on the amount.
So exactly. So in terms of New World comparison, this could be compared with a Zinfandel or something of the New World variety, maybe even something from Argentina or Chile, where they have that same amount of sunshine and lack of water that gives that wine a real kind of meaty body with lots of fruitiness, and again, not a whole lot of tannins, which I think probably a lot of people would be quite happy with. Our producer has told us we need to talk about the legs. So actually, this has got quite a lot of legs in terms of not running down the glass. You can see the lines of the wine.
I like the colour.
Yeah, no, the colour's exceptional.
It's ruby and purple.
Yeah, there's some tests that you can do. I can't remember the specific test where you look through, and you're not seeing a whole lot. It's not quite
very
black.
Nice.
I mean, let's be honest. So we call it Mukazani. It is a Saperavi.
It's Saperavi variety for sure.
Yeah, it is a Saperavi, but I think because of the specialness of this particular wine, everyone talks about it as a Mukazani, even though it's
So just from the geographical region of Mukazani, and I never knew the story of this company, and it's my first time trying this wine, and it's very nice.
Mine too. And well, what I can say, it's not a typical Mukazani.
No, it's less heavier.
It's
very
way more. It has more aroma.
It does, yeah. It's less weighty. So Wine Man, let's be honest about this. It's not the greatest branding that I've ever seen.
but the story is very nice.
Okay, I'm in for that.
So the story is it was founded in 1998 by Alexander Georgiade, who is from this family. I mean, Georgia is a country of dukes.
Okay.
And he's from the family of Kahetian dukes, who started producing wine in the 19th century. And one of the first books about wine and winemaking in Georgia, available till now, was made by his grandfather, uncle, whatever. And now they are kind of trying to reproduce these traditions and doing some good job, I can say.
I can only agree with you. I mean, I'm surprised by this. So it's, what year is it? Is it also, this is a 2014, so it's already a couple of years in the bottle.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and benefited from that, really.
It's not cheap.
Well, let's have a look. So 25 Lari, $10. I think if you're going to find it in the American wine scene, it'll probably be about $15, $17.
Yeah, and they export.
Oh, they do export?
Yes.
Oh,
it's kind of big company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons that we wanted to make the show as well, was to have some wines that you can actually get outside of Georgia. So if you are in Germany, which has quite a lot of Georgian wines, or in the UK, which I know is increasingly getting some, or France, you might well be able to ask them about this. Wine Man, 2014 Mukazani. I think we can now move on to ratings, actually.
Let's try that.
So the first wine that we actually had was the Qvevri. So the
How do we rate?
I don't know. Let's give me. Yeah. So no, well, 1 to 100, I think, because of the Parker points was the influence.
100?
Yeah,
Okay.
out of 100. So,
Okay.
but we're not considering price in this. We'll talk about the price as a separate rating. So, out of 100, what would you give this?
67.
67, okay.
65.
Okay, I'll be a little bit more generous, I'll give it a 70. So 67, 65 and 70, so it's averaging about 67, so this is a 67 pointer. I think the reason that we're marking it down a little bit is that it's not a whole lot better than wines that you can buy for about half of the price. So Qvevri is an amazing variety.
But not fully shown here.
No, this is not something that excites me. I think Qvevri is better almost as a Qvevri wine.
It's definitely better than Qvevri wine.
Yeah. So if you get a European one, if somebody gives you a bottle of this, it'll be fine. You know, have it with some fish, and then find the next bottle.
It's the most expensive bottle.
Yeah, this is disappointingly so. This is the most expensive bottle of all that we've got, and I think we've paid most for the little black horse. So value.
The crane here.
Yeah, exactly, the exclusive bottle. So in terms of value, I would give it only a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah. 5 out of 10. So 5 out of 10 in terms of the value for the Qvevri. That's not to say that other Qvevri wines are not good.
Qvevri is quite good. We can
Okay,
try
so
it later.
Qvevri Red we'll probably try in a further show. Okay, next up was Tonini.
Go.
Now this, thanks to Lena's excellent nose for the Qvevri Whites, is something really slightly different. You can't compare this white wine to usual European white wines in any way, shape or form, but it's got that lovely amber colour, it's got a smoothness that I think is really pleasant. It's a pleasant drinking wine, which I don't usually find with these kind of wines.
I'm sorry, but I think this is like the good one to be introduced into.
This is a great introduction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Start.
I
Yeah,
agree.
if you would come to Georgia and be given the opportunity to try Qvevri wines and you were in a wine shop, start on something like this. So it's
Not be like,
yeah.
what's that? But
This is
Yes.
so this is Qvevri Mtsvane. So Mtsvane means the green grape variety. It is an endemic variety to Georgia. So points, Tanya.
85.
Yeah, I was going to say 85. What are you saying?
83, okay.
83. So we've got an
Okay,
average.
wow.
We've got an average of 84.
What should be 100? It's
Right.
like.
Well,
I
yeah.
just wanted a few points
well,
now,
we've-
but no.
No, really.
This is my battle.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter.
All right. So I think this comes in at 25 lari, which I think for a Qvevri, for a small production 1300 bottle Qvevri wine, I think when it's exported to Europe or the States, it'll probably be about $15. $15 well spent, I would say. If you're lucky enough to come here on holiday, you'll get it for about 10. And yeah, in terms of value for money, I would personally go for an 8 out of 10 on that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, so
Even 9.
9. Okay,
Yeah.
so 8.5 out of 10. Introduction, gateway wine to the world of Qvevri wines, and once you're in, you won't get out.
Okay.
Okay.
Gateway illuminate in a good way.
Yeah, completely. Right, on to the Saperavi. So, Wine Thief Saperavi. This was really something of a surprise.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what I was going to find, but it was really smooth and really fruity. Our producer actually corrected me in saying that it may be more like a Côte du Rhône than a Burgundy. It's certainly got that dryness that you want there, low in tannins, sugar, quite balanced, lots of fruits on the nose. Really pleasant, long drinking one. You could drink 2, 3, 4 bottles of this. Yes, we do. And you'd be very happy. 13% alcohol. So probably it would creep up on you like a thief. What are you saying, Lena, on the rating?
Yeah, I just wanted to quote Fantastic Mr. Fox movie. Do you remember when
Yeah,
the
yeah,
neck
yeah.
came? He's just slightly different.
Yeah.
The way we can talk about this bottle, slightly different.
Yeah, okay. So, in terms of numbers of your slightly different wine?
1 to 100.
1 to 100, yes. Can you still remember that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, let's put her some more Qvevri.
80. Let's put it 80.
You say 80. What are you saying on this?
82.
Okay, I'm up at 85 because I think it's really good. It's a really fresh drinking wine, so we've got an average of probably 82 roundabout. Value for money, so it's coming in at 27 lari, which is $11. By the time it reaches you in America or Europe, it'll probably be $15 or euros or something like that.
For Georgia, it's a little bit pricey, but it's
Oh wait, this is a
Qvevri
Qvevri Red wine.
I mean, you can buy homemade made.
Not in Europe, you
wine.
can't.
No, for
Okay.
Georgia.
But this is much different.
It
I mean, actually, you raised a really interesting point. So on the corner, about 20 meters from here, I can go and buy Qvevri red wine for 6 lari,
Yes.
and it's good. But I've got to put it into a glass bottle and leave it for a week for it to settle, and it will be good. But you don't always have time to do that.
No, I mean, for its price, it's a very interesting wine. And I would say 9 out of 10.
So exactly. So don't judge it by the label. This is actually pretty decent. Onto the Mucuzani, which we're currently drinking right now. So
I love the curved bottle.
You like the curvy bottle, yeah.
Yes.
So the bottle is slightly different. It's got a bit more of a mixed feel. Unfortunately, they don't actually make the bottles in Georgia anymore. They used to have a wine
And
bottle
there is
factory.
no glass recycling here.
Yeah, no glass recycling.
There is a glass recycling.
Oh, there is. There's a Dutch
Yes.
company. Yeah, all right. There you go. Sorry. Anyway, onto the Wine Man. Worst brand ever. Mucuzani Dry Red 2014, which is actually a Saperavi. That's a European style wine. So it's coming in at 25 lari, which is actually cheaper than a lot of Mucuzanis, I must say. I mean, so my friend's is more like 45.
Really?
Yeah. But I need to talk to him about that.
Yeah, it's.
Gotcha, we're going to have a word.
Okay.
But he's won prizes, so hey. So I think that I'll rate this now in terms of the number. So I would say it's a solid 85. It's not disappointing. I mean, I have high expectations of Mucuzani. It's not overly heavy. It's got a good balance, low tannins, and for me, yeah, 85. 10.
I'm not a big fan of Mucuzanis.
You're not?
No, they're too heavy.
Okay.
I prefer lighter reds. But yeah, it's very nice. 80 out of 100.
80. Okay.
I will agree. 80, totally 80, because I am fond of Mucuzani, but I don't drink it a lot.
Right.
And just because you can drink it a lot.
Yeah, definitely
So
Yeah.
any Georgian...
It's like...
Yeah, any Georgian...
It's like dry
any Georgian winemakers that are out there that have got a Mucuzani, you're going to have to beat 82 on our unofficial scoring. Value for money, I mean, I think at 25 lari, that's an 8 out of 10 for me.
That's
Even
a
that.
good and fair price.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's fair price for sure.
That's-
Like, even
Yeah,
like...
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
Okay, so average...
Being generous at the
Being
end of
generous.
the evening.
9.5 out of 10 on that. So, right, now I have to ask you, if you could take one bottle home with you, which bottle would it be? And why?
Well, officially it's still winter, so I would take the Wine Thieves.
Okay. I can guess what Nina's going to take. Tanini. Okay. Okay, so you take this one. You're taking the Tanini. I probably would fight Tanya for this one, but she's a lady, so actually there's more in the Mucuzani because our producer hasn't had any yet. So this one's staying right here. Thank you very much for joining us. If you've managed to make it through our ridiculous ramblings, we're not quite drunk yet. But
we'll go for it for
probably
sure.
we will be in a few minutes, but no, we're not filming that. So join us next time for more Georgian wines. And if you've got any comments, stick them in the comments below on YouTube. Write to us on Facebook if you're a winemaker and you want to give us some free wine. We're always open for that.
Our livers too.
Yeah, our livers are open. We're healthy young people. So yeah.
See you soon.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, and see you next time.